So for me, I think it really was in 2015. I was kind of in this very happy marriage. I had my three boys, and everything seemed wonderful, and it was wonderful on one hand. But I think I had really gotten a little lost in the role of motherhood, and and I felt like I I couldn't experience myself fully. And there was a constant kind of looking for on the outside, and then noticing that desire when it felt like it had no place for a there was no place for a married woman with three children to feel desire beyond within her marriage. And that felt, I mean, I know that so there's this that makes me really happy, and there's something that makes me really alive, and it felt like you had to choose between the two. And that kind of got me started to, I mean, because it was also, I'm a dream work practitioner, so it was also something that was coming in my dreams. And in an authentic movement, I was in a retreat in Tuscany, and I remember there was the first time I really allowed myself to experience the sensations of desire. And it was so delicious. And I remember my teacher saying, but look, you've come alive. And I was, and, and I felt like, how could something that brings you fully alive be not okay? Why
Yeah.
is it not okay? So that kind of got me started. And then I realized, I mean, I now work together, that this is something that I've always been fascinated by. When I was three, I think my first dance performance was when I was 3 years old. I did a Bharatanatyam thing of being Krishna and Radha, and it was this love story. And I think I've always been hooked on that. My solos, when I was younger, it was always about love, relationships, Rilke's poem of togetherness between two peoples, and those were the things that always moved me. Um, and then I realized this the ability to be in love. It's not something that happens, that you fall in love, that first falling in love, that first rush is something that we can have for the rest of our lives. It can be something that we can be engaged with all the time. What is it to be fully alive? What is it to be seen? And in order to be seen, what does it mean to reveal who you are? Because we are constantly playing our little parts, and as much as we want to be seen in our authenticity, we're also hiding and playing these roles. So so if we want to feel, do we have the courage to reveal who we are, and how does that happen? And it really, for me, was authentic movement, there was a space to keep finding who we are, things that are not something we would never want to show somebody else, to feel it, to see it, to live that. Yeah, it's from Marion Woodman's book, Leaving My Father's House. She says, when he calls your feminine ways rambling, lacking in clarity, coherence, and emphasis, do you wonder if you're stupid? Because I think we have, as a community, privileged the linear, focused,
Yeah.
getting ahead.
Yeah.
And this kind of love is a very different space to inhabit, right? And that's seen as emotional. You're meandering. You're not.
Yeah.
You have no clarity.
Yeah.